good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode over here at Merchant Service Slayers. Super excited to have you guys joining us today. Today we got a really good topic to cover with. It's actually something I just covered with my team, and I figured it'd be good for everyone to kind of hear about. I've had a lot of agents that have been with me for, year and a half, 2 years, even agents that have been with me for just like a couple of weeks to a couple of months that have ran into a slump over the last couple of days. And so I kind of wanted to talk about how I've gotten myself out of slumps in the past. What were some of the reasons why I got into slumps, and how you can go ahead and prevent yourself from getting into slumps. Okay, so let's get this party started off. But first, before we do, I need you guys to do me a quick favor. I need you to go ahead and click like, share, and subscribe to this video. Also ring the bell. That way you get notified every single time that we come out with new content out there. Okay, let's get this party started off. So first off, one of the biggest issues that you'll run into with sales is not just like it's not physical, right? It's not like you're in construction. It's not like you're pushing yourself or you're pushing your body to its limits, right? But what you are doing is you're exercising your mind constantly daily. And so one of the biggest reasons that people jump into slumps is they have an issue with their morning. Their day got started off on the wrong foot. Maybe there's something going on in their personal life that's just got their head out of whack. Normally it has to do with your head being completely off of focus. And so what you have to do is you have to adjust your mind first in order to make sure that you are not running into this problem, or this is not causing, your sales slump that you're running into right now. The way that I have done that in the past, because I've run into slumps that were kind of mentally my fault, right? And so what I did to get around that is I honed in on what my actual long-term goals were. And I went ahead and motivated myself based off of where I wanted to be. I kind of pictured myself where I wanted to be 5 years, 10 years from now. And it was kind of like a morning exercise that I would do that really pumped me up and pushed me to get out there in the field. Even when I didn't feel like it, even when I was kind of feeling shitty, or, if I was just having a bad morning, maybe I woke up on the wrong side of the bed, whatever it was, making sure that your head is in the right mental state will help you either get out of a slump or prevent yourself from getting into a slump, okay? So that's one of the ways. A second way is look at your sales process, or your process in general with what you're doing, and then also look at the effort that you're putting into it, okay? A lot of the time, a slump is kind of your fault, and you have to own up to that, okay? You have to look at it and say, okay, have I really been following my sales process? Have I really been following the amount of doors I'm supposed to knock a day, right? You have to look at the numbers, and you also have to look at your step-by-step guide that you have, if it's a sales process or if it's just something you drew out, if it's something that you've done before and you wrote out what you did and it worked every single time and now you're not winning. So look at that. Make sure that you are still doing what you found as a win, okay? The process-wise, make sure that the process that you're following is what you were doing when you were winning out there and that it's not outdated. Also, make sure that you are actually hitting the numbers. Whether that's cold calls, whether that's prospecting out in the field, knocking on doors, whether that's emails that you're shooting out, whether that's time on social media, whatever that means, make sure that that day-to-day action is being accomplished out there, because that most likely has a massive thing to do with your guys' slump that you could possibly be in right now. Also, you guys will notice too, with the first one, fixing your head, if you do that first, your numbers actually start to kind of correct themselves because you're remotivated again, right? You're dedicated. And it's not even just a motivation thing. It's more of, what has to get done. And even on those days that you're not motivated, you still go out there and do it. So make sure, first off, you know your numbers. That's key. If you don't know your numbers, you're not going to know if this is an issue or not. So know your numbers, know your sales process, and fix your mind, okay? So those are a lot of ways to go ahead and fix any type of slump that you're in. And last but not least, it's staying consistent. Y'all have to stay absolutely consistent out there. You can't just do this, like I stated earlier, on the days that you're motivated. You have to do it on days that you are not motivated either. Motivation is a fleeting tool, right? It comes and it goes, right? It's gasoline on the fire. You have to have that fire though, okay? And you have to know what you're going after and the goals that you're trying to attain and achieve. Maybe break it down into a month goal or a week goal or a day goal, right? Make it simple, okay? Know what you have to do on a daily basis in order to attain that goal over the next 30 days, or in order to attain that goal quarterly, or that annual goal, or the 5-year, the 10-year plan, whatever you're trying to work out over there, in order to go ahead and help make it make sense to you on the days that your mind is giving up, make it make sense logically on why you have to power through it and get out of that. Ultimately, I think that's one of the biggest keys here, is that consistency in doing the day-to-day unsexy work of prospecting. I mean, like knocking the doors, hitting 40 to 50 doors a day. Not sexy, not fun. A lot of people don't like it. I'm one of the weirdos that does, but a lot of people don't like it. Calling 200, 300 numbers a day, not a lot of fun, right? Sending email blasts out or building campaigns on social media, not a lot of fun, right? But it's stuff that helps get you out there, building your brand. You get your brand presence out there, and that ultimately gets you in front of customers. That ultimately gets you sales, and that's how you get yourself out of these little slumps that you could be finding your guys' selves in and your gals' selves in. Okay, so first off, remember, fix your mind. This is not a physically challenging type position, right? It is a mentally taxing one. So you need to make sure that the hustle muscle inside of your head is still rocking and rolling out there. Look at your process and the level of effort that you're putting into it, and make sure it matches targets that you have to do daily in order to achieve X, whatever that goal is, right? X. And then make sure that you're staying consistent out there and that you are following through with what you promised yourself you were going to do. That's all I got for you today, ladies and gents. Let's get out there, Slayers. Let's make it happen. Remember, while you're out there in the field, ABC, always be closing. Have a great day, ladies and gents.